You're listening to the Focused and Fearless podcast. I'm your host, Heather Angel, and I've been helping people tune into what lights them up and increase their personal and professional performance for over a decade. Now I'm best known as a high-performance coach helping entrepreneurs like you cut through the noise and create a business and life on your terms. If you're ready to step out of struggle and discover how simple it can be to create a fulfilling, joyful, and successful business without all the overwhelm and long hours, you're in the right place. Hey gorgeous, welcome to another episode. I hope your week is starting really well. This episode is really short and it's actually a book review, if you like, a book recommendation for you. As we're going into December, we're coming to the end of 2020. It's all still a bit up in the air, isn't it? The world's still a little bit crazy with the pandemic, but I think now I'm having so many conversations with clients and Focused and Fearless members about 2021 and what's going to be different. And we're actually having an event this week for my Focused and Fearless members where we're really going to talk about what is going to be different in 2021, how they want to show up differently, how they want to be different, what they've learned during 2020 that they actually want to take through into the next year. And at the core of these conversations and at the core of the conversations I've had with private clients, Focused and Fearless members, premium members, it all comes down to self-love and self-acceptance and taking care of themselves and doing things they want to do in the way that they want to do them. And it's a really big conversation, and I'm actually loving that it's a conversation I'm having with so many people right now. It seems like we're going through such a huge shift, certainly in the coaching industry, in the entrepreneurial online space. I'm seeing a huge shift from people moving away from doing things the old way, the way that people have been told that they had to do it, following other people's blueprints and all that kind of stuff, and just doing how they want, running their business how they want to, showing up how they want to. And it's really exciting. It's really beautiful to see. And it's definitely a massive shift that I've had this year. I'm just like, nope, it's my way or the highway. I'm only going to run my business in the way that I want, that makes me happy, and work with people that make me happy. So this book that I really, really, really recommend you read, especially if you could read it before the end of the year, that would be amazing. It's called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal Ravikant. It's so good. It's such a good book. I read this when it first came out, and I've got it on Audible as well. It's a beautiful listen on Audible. If you're not really one for reading books, you can listen to it. It's a really short listen. It's like 4 hours, and it's beautifully narrated. But what I love most about this book is its simplicity, because I know from my own experience that personal development, personal growth, mindset, energy work, all the things are absolutely essential if you want to have a successful, thriving business. Quite frankly, if you want to have a successful, thriving life where you are happy, truly to your core happy, you've got to do the work. But the work can feel really heavy at times. It can feel really boring, actually, to be perfectly honest. All the mindset work, or the journaling, or the meditating, or the, all the things you're meant to do. It can feel like a massive chore at the very beginning because you don't necessarily see the results very quickly. It's new. Some of the things, it's really powerful, and that can be really scary. One of the things that Kamal talks about in the book is mirror work. Oh my gosh, mirror work was game changing for me. It was really, really powerful, but I did not like it. Mirror work scared me, totally freaked me out, and I really, really struggled with it to start with. And if you're wondering what mirror work is, in a nutshell, in a very simplistic way, you look into a mirror, into your eyes, not around your eyes, not at your wrinkles or anything else. You look into your eyes, so you're truly looking into your soul, and you say what you need to hear. So when I work with clients, the two things I normally get them to start with is I love you and I am enough, because they're, the core of self-love and accepting yourself is accepting that you are worthy, you are enough, you are loved. So that's what I normally get my clients to start with, depending if there's something specific they need to work on. But the thing is, how often have you looked in the mirror and actually looked into your eyes? Like, we just don't do that. The first time I did that, I was freaking out. I couldn't even look in my eyes. I was looking everywhere, but I couldn't even focus looking into my eyes. So, and then when I finally started, doing it properly, I was like, oh, this is really powerful. It's freaking me out. There were tears. There were just all kinds of energies and emotions came up when I did mirror work for the first time. So this thing, when you're doing the self-development stuff, it can feel scary and draining, and like there's lots of stuff that you have to do. But the beauty of this book, and if you're resonating with that, you're like, yep, I don't want to do it. It's all too tricky. It's just another thing to add to my to-do list. This book makes it so simple, and it makes it light. I really feel that's one of the reasons I think this is going to become more of a book that I definitely recommend to my clients towards the beginning of their journey working with me, because it makes it light. It doesn't make it too frightening. And the core things that he talks about are the core things that I strongly agree with, and I really want a lot of my clients to work on as well. He talks about mirror work, all to do, because it's all to do with self-love. So meditation is one of his tools. Mirror work is one of his tools. Forgiveness, oh my gosh, that is such a huge one. And he also talks about something called the mental loop, which I'm not going to go into because I want you to read the book. So you can find out what he means by the mental loop. But it's so easy to read. It's so easy to follow. And these tools are very, very simple. I truly believe the biggest barrier getting in so many people's way of actually stepping into a new level of who they are and becoming the person that they know they can be is it's become overcomplicated. Marketers have got hold of mindset work and they're making it sound really complicated. We have, coaches that are giving you gazillion step processes to try and shift beliefs and do this and do that. Honestly, if you can just focus on loving who you are 100% to your core, oh my gosh, that would be game changing. Yes, we can work on all those other things. Yes, you can work and, dive a bit deeper and peel back even more layers. But if you can start with this one thing of loving yourself, of loving who you are, oh my gosh, the whole world will change for you. I promise you, it's incredible. So I really, 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 really want you to read this book. So before the end of the year, ideally, only because I think it will give you a really beautiful perspective to go into 2021 with. And it's called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal Ravikant. I hope I'm saying that right. I'll put the link in the show notes. Oh, please give it a read. It's really worthwhile. If you've already read it and you love it as well, do DM me. I love talking about different books that people are reading. So DM me on Instagram. You can find me at Heather Angel Coaching. And if you do read it and you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm always really, really happy to talk about this stuff. It's so important. So do read it, have a look, see what you think. And like I said, on Audible, it's beautifully narrated. So it's a great one to have on Audible. And you can just listen to it at any time. It's gorgeous. So start your week with a bit of self-care, a bit of self-love, and get yourself that book. Next week, I have a much longer episode for you. I'm really excited to share an interview that I did with my friend Sadiq. He's a coach down in London, and he shares so much about his journey from discovering personal development, which he'd never even heard of, like many, many of us. Before we get into this entrepreneurial space, we're like, oh, what's this mindset thing I need to work on? So it's a really gorgeous conversation, and it's a much longer episode. So that will be coming out next week for you. Until then, my gorgeous one, do say hello over on Instagram. I'm at Heather Angel Coaching. Let me know if you read the book. I really hope you enjoy it. Have a great week. Thank you for listening to the Focused and Fearless podcast. If you'd like to continue the conversation or have a question that you would like answered in an upcoming episode, head over to Instagram and connect with me at Heather Angel Coaching. If you enjoy this podcast, please share your thoughts in a review on iTunes. I truly value your feedback, and I take the time to read every single review. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you in the next episode.